Hey, you beautiful souls. You have a guidance within you that makes it so that you will always know which path to take along your journey. And it literally sits at the center of building that bright, beautiful life that you desire. Today, we're going to be talking about how to tap into your intuition and increase your intuitive abilities and what that really means anyway. And I may even prove to you that you're a bit psychic. So to anybody who's never been here before, hi, I'm Elizabeth Blackwell, and I specialize in setting sacred spaces and helping people find their highest and greatest selves. So let's get into this conversation about how you can tap into your intuitive abilities and what that will really mean for your journey. So what is intuition? Intuition is the ability to know or understand something without conscious reasoning. It's an immediate and instinctual reaction that comes from within, giving you an ability to know and understand something. Intuition is highly talked about within the realms of spirituality and manifestation and energy work. But there is actually a lot of scientific backing to how our intuition works. Our intuition really serves as that bridge between our outer reality and our higher consciousness. And when we tap into it, it's really tapping into that energy flow, and it keeps us aligned to what our greater purpose is, as well as getting to all those goals that we have. Before I get into how to increase your intuitive abilities, let's first talk about what some of the benefits of tapping into your intuition, what those are. And my goodness, there are so many. So I am really just going to kind of hit upon some of the highlights here. One of the biggest benefits of tapping into that more intuitive side of yourself is it helps to increase your self-awareness. And I place very large importance on you knowing who your true and authentic self is. When you tap into that intuitive side of you, it helps you to know what your needs are, know what your desires are, and align you to who your core self is. Which then this leads me to the second benefit, which is intuitive awareness helps to align you to your greater life's purpose. This helps to reveal the path that is not only aligned to that big, beautiful life that you're trying to build, but will also help to get you to those short-term goals and those small successes, which can serve as the little wins that help to encourage you along your journey. If you've stuck with me so far, please think about subscribing, because this channel is all about helping others get to that highest and greatest place. And if this video has been serving you so far, please consider hitting that like button. It really does help out small channels like this. And then the third benefit is our intuition can actually lead to much better decision making. And I got to pull out a little bit of science here. Our brain takes in vast amounts of information, but we process it subconsciously, and it can analyze that information, which leads to more of our gut feelings or reactions that we have internally. This is actually called the gut-brain axis, and this is a communication network between our gastrointestinal tract and our brain. And it actually leads to specific neurotransmitters such as serotonin, which influences our mood and our feelings, which leads to better decision making when it comes to what we are trying to do. Functional MRI studies have found that intuitive decision making comes from a completely different part of the brain, which are actually linked to our emotions and our feelings within our decision-making process. Hence, that gut feeling when we're trying to decide something. Another huge benefit of tapping into those intuitive abilities is that it increases our connection with others. When you deeply trust your intuition, you will immediately know whether or not another individual is aligned with you. Now, that is not judging them or saying that they are good or bad, but you know very quickly if they are aligned with your values and your purpose for being in this world. Intuition enhances our creativity and our inspiration. And when we learn to deeply trust our intuitive abilities, it increases our inner peace, knowing that we are going down that path that is truly aligned for us. So there's actually 3 types of intuition. There is emotional intuition, that gut feeling. There is cognitive intuition, which is sudden insights or more thought-oriented. And then there is spiritual intuition, which is that deep internal knowing, which is leaded to guidance and your sense of being. So how do you increase your intuition? The first thing, I'm not going to say is the most important, but it's very highly important, which is increase your mindfulness or your presence within the moment. Now, I am a big believer in meditation to help this process, but meditation also saved my life. There's an entire video on it if you're curious about how that worked. But even if meditation is not for you, which I highly recommend you try it, but working on being mindful and present in the moment will very much help you to tap into your intuitive abilities. This prevents you from being regretful of the past or anxious of the future, but it keeps you in the now and allows you to tap into what you are actually feeling in the moment. And then trust your gut. And if you want to work on learning to trust your gut feelings, you can practice this in what I like to call low stakes situations. Feel out situations and see if you can kind of predict how things are going to play out. This will not only kind of teach you to tap into those gut feelings, but it'll help increase your confidence, knowing that you can feel out a situation and you generally kind of know how it's going to go. And that will increase your intuitive abilities. And then seek new experience. Exposing yourself to new situations and diverse perspectives can enhance your intuitive base. The more experiences you have, the richer your intuition can become, because your brain will have a broader range of experiences and patterns to draw upon. These next 2 kind of go together, which is reduce the noise and the distractions of everyday life, because these can cloud your intuitive insights. This could be reducing your screen time, seeking time in nature, or just looking for that quiet time for you to go within. And then listen actively, whether this is an overall situation or a specific person, but attentively listen to them and what they're saying, and then pay attention to their nonverbal cues, or just read the room and feel out what you are feeling of whether or not that situation really resonates with you. Over time, this will strengthen your intuitive abilities and will really give you that confidence to lean into what you are feeling about a person or a situation. These next things are what I like to call intuitive exercises, They're just little things that I have done over the years that have gotten me more comfortable with my intuitive abilities. This first one, I always called it flash practice, and I don't even know why I called it that. But you just practice your intuitive abilities with different people or scenarios. So one way this may be is you walk up to an individual. I suggest this be somebody that you know, or else it could get a little weird, but you do you. And before they say anything, see if you can read into how they're feeling or something that they're potentially going through without any prior information or knowledge of it. Just see if you can feel into it. This next one is something I do all the time, which sounds a little silly, but it's also fun, which is if I am reaching into a bag of candy or something along those lines, that as I grab the object, before I pull it out, I will feel into it and predict what color I am pulling out. And then I actually take this a step further and I associate that color with something that I need to be aware of that is coming my way. So red would be connection, yellow would be happiness, green would be money, so on and so forth. But that's just a little way that I not only work on tapping into my intuition, but it's also that predictive ability of what is coming my way. You can do this with just cards, just a regular deck of playing cards. You can start off with predicting, will it be red or black? And then you can move into predicting what the suit will be. So whether it's hearts, diamonds, clubs, or spades, and then go more specific from there. Another just fun little tool that is out there is actually something called Zender cards, which got more popularity in the 70s and 80s. They were actually the cards that were seen in the original Ghostbusters, but they're the cards that have a shape or pattern on them, and people would work on their predictive ability to see if they could see or feel out what would be on that card. So using any of these little things just helps you to practice your intuitive abilities and gives you a little bit more confidence. Go on intuition walks. This is where you start someplace. I like trails or parks, but go with whatever is around you and have no planned route. Just start walking and see where you're led to and see where it brings you to. This will kind of help you to feel into your surroundings, but also it's really neat to just see where you end up. And then this last little exercise is to do body scans. I kind of suggest you start this practice when you're alone, but then use it out in the real world. Just kind of scan into your body and see different things or messages that you pick up or different senses that you have, without giving away too many of my secrets. But if I am with an individual and they are being insincere in some way, my fingertips will actually start to tingle just a little bit. That is something that I have developed over the years, that I know if I feel my fingertips start to tingle, that somebody is being insincere in some way. Now, they may be directly lying, or they may just be not being completely full with themselves. But it's something that I have learned to pick up on over the years just through doing those body scans. And this all leads me to follow that feeling within you. This will increase your confidence in so many situations, whether it's feeling out a space or a situation that you're in, or reading other individuals, that you'll generally know which paths align with you and what things to step towards or back away from. But it can help you so significantly in life. I am going to link some other videos that will help you along this journey so that you can increase that confidence and help you to feel out these situations a little more strongly. Did that make sense? A little more intensely? You guys get it. So with that, I will say that I am sending you all so much light and love, and I hope you all stay well, my friends.